Okay, hi, welcome. This is Mr. Motzi. It is my pleasure, and it will always be my pleasure to have you around. Today we are going to be exploring expansion of brackets. Of course, this will be part one. Part two is coming very soon, and problems that will assist us to understand this piece of algebra in depth will be these ones. I should make a disclaimer that this is just too broad in scope. It should be able to accommodate anyone taking algebra at whatever level. However, if you have something specific that you wish I do address, it could be algebra or even not. It's still okay. But let me know in the comment section. I'll address it. But if it is that urgent and you want it right away, I also have a Preply account. I'll leave a link either in the description or in the comment section so that you can easily connect with me. Otherwise, let's get started. The first question is 3 and bracket p minus 2q. Your assignment is to expand brackets, which literally means to remove these brackets that you're seeing there. Let's first see what this means. This means this term that is outside is to multiply each and every term that is within the bracket. 3 is supposed to multiply p, and this same 3 is supposed to multiply negative 2q. And that's what brackets mean. Otherwise, let's go for it. 3 times p is to give us 3p, and 3 times negative 2q gives us negative 6q. We would have loved to simplify this any further. However, we can't simplify it any further because these are not like terms. They're different and we can't add cats and dogs. Otherwise, this becomes our final answer. I hope you understand. If you feel confident to try the next question, you can give it a try, then compare your solutions to mine. But if you don't feel that confident, it's okay. We can just do it together, okay? Okay, the next question 2, we have 2 in bracket x minus y plus 3 in bracket 2x minus y and minus 3 in bracket x minus y. This is our next question. Complicated it might look, but if you closely look at it, it's just multiple of these that have been put in the same sentence. So whatever we learned here should also be able to apply just okay, even on this question. So the principle is the same. This term is supposed to multiply all the terms that's here, and we'll remove the brackets from this part of the question. Then we'll do the same process that we have done here on this term, and we'll also do the same process even on that term. Let's go on piece by piece. 2 times x gives us 2x, and 2 times negative y gives us negative 2y. We have removed this first set of brackets. We'll do the same process right here. Now, there's something that I have to emphasize. This sign is to be considered when you're removing those brackets or when you are performing the multiplication operation. Reason is, you didn't really see it right on this question, actually on this part, because this was a positive, and when it's a positive conventionally, we are allowed to not write it. So it seems as if these two had no sign, but it had a sign, and it implied we were actually multiplying the sign inside. Even in this case, you might not see that much of a difference, but right here, you have to see the difference clearly. But let's go ahead considering the sign that is here. That will be positive 3 multiplied by 2x. This gives us positive 6x. And this positive 3 times negative y gives us negative 3y. We're done with this bracket. We move on to the next bracket. Negative 3 multiplied by x, this gives us negative 3x. And negative 3 multiplied by negative y, this gives us positive 3y. Let me just repeat this part one more time. The sign that is outside the bracket is critical. You're supposed to consider it as you're multiplying out your terms. If it's a positive, you might easily get away with it. But if it's a negative, make sure you consider your signs carefully, because a negative sign is a property of changing or flipping the signs that will be contained within the brackets. Make sure you pay attention to that. Otherwise, those are the brackets removed and will remain with this expression now. Here, we're supposed to perform an extra step, which is to clean up these terms. They are like terms, we ought to combine them. And if you're not comfortable adding and subtracting these terms in your head, I advise you group them on the side. However, in this video, I will train you to do it from your head. You have 2x, you have positive 6x, and you have negative 3x. Those are the same terms, and you're going to combine them. So 2x plus 6x, this gives us 8x, and 8x minus 3x, that gives us 5x. Let's move on to the next one. We have negative 2y minus 3y, which gives us negative 5y, and negative 5y plus 3y gives us negative 2y. And notice I said negative 2y. Reason is the sign of a number is the one that is before it. So I didn't say this 2y is a positive, because the sign that goes with the 2y is the one that is before it. This 2x had a sign, of course, it was a positive, and we're allowed to skip it if it is at the beginning of the expression. Otherwise, make sure you consider your signs correctly if you're doing problems like this. I hope you've gotten the solution like this if you've tried it by yourself. If you also feel confident that you can give the next one a try, go ahead, give it a try, and compare your solutions to mine. But if not, it's still fine, we can try together, okay? We have 4x in bracket 5x plus 2y minus 3y, 5x plus 2y in bracket. And our assignment still remains the same. We are to expand the brackets, which means to remove the brackets. How are we going to go about that? Well, it's a similar thing. This term will affect all the terms that are within the bracket, and we'll remove the brackets from the spot, and we'll do the same process for that section. That will be 4x multiplied by 5x, which gives us 20x squared. 4 times 5 gives us a 20, and x times x gives us x squared. We move on the next. 4x times positive 2y gives us positive 8xy. Negative 3y times 5x gives us negative 15x y. You can write it as yx, but it's conventionally acceptable that you write them alphabetically. Also, it will assist you to easily see terms that are the same. Otherwise, negative 3y times 2y gives us negative 6y squared. From the look of things, these terms are different, so there's nothing we can do to them, but these are like terms. They are all cats, and we can add those cats. 20x squared, I bring down as it is, then 8xy minus 15xy should give me negative 7x1. And lastly, this one has no term like it. Therefore, we just write down the term as is. And thus, this expression expanded. It simplifies to this. I hope you have been able to understand how we go about expanding brackets. However, there are other expressions that we'll look at in part 2 where we may have more than one term that is in the other part of the brackets, and we'll do that in part 2. If you found value in this video, please give it a like, and if you have a friend you think might also benefit from this community, share the video with them. And also, if you feel like you belong, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Otherwise, this is Mr. Motsi, happy to be with you all the time. I'll see you in the next one.